Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Very recently, the very happy thing that I am listening, I am reading, and I am watching the people from different caste, different religion, different academical background. They are so much interested in learning Indian heritage. Today one person happened to be a Christian, wrote me an email and said, my son is so much interested in learning Indian heritage, particularly Bhagavad Gita. Can you take class from India so that my son will be in a position to understand it, even though he does not know Malayalam? So I told him what are the things I am explaining in Malayalam, I will also explain in English in a nutshell. So highly encouraging response from people world over for listening Indian heritage, what I used to give in Malayalam, in English also, so that Indians having little bit base of Indian culture, let they be from any religion, Christians or Muslims, if they want to learn some of these points, by explaining them these points in English will be of some help for them. First, I will explain today about Rinatrayam. It's a Sanskrit word. 3 debt we have got. Rinatrayam. First debt is towards the God. Devaranam. We are independent, we are dependent, or we are indebted to the omnipotent, omnipresent divine power, which we also call as the nature. Hindus call the God as nature. The nature has decided to give us this birth, this life, this way of living. So we are indebted to the nature. We are indebted to the God. That we call it as Devarana. We came to this earth through our parents. The parents came through their parents. So we are indebted to our parents and backwards a series of generations. That is what is known as Pitrurinam. Devarinam towards the God, Pitrurinam towards our parents and their parents, and also Rishirinam. Our culture, Sanatana Dharma, Hindu Dharma came to us, Indian culture came to us through a series of rishis, not one person, thousands of literature written by thousands of rishis, explaining thousands of subjects, and compiled for the last many thousands of years. So thousands of rishis, thousands of books, thousands of subject, for the last many thousands of years we got this book. We are indebted to them. So Rinatraya, first Rinam, first debt towards the God, second towards our parents and their parents, third towards the great rishis of India. The next point is 4 Vedas. We all know and we blindly used to explain Chaturveda, Veda Vyasa or Badarayana, or we also call Krishna Dvaipayana. That Krishna Dvaipayana classified Vedas. You know how Vedas got classified? Most important point. Just like we have seen many poetries written by many poets, many poetries written by many poets. Suppose one individual is interested in compiling all the poetries written by many poets connected with the family life, or for that matter about our motherland, India. Many people have written many poems about India. If one person is interested in compiling all those poems written about India or motherland, that will be compiled as the Vedas, the poetries or poems written on India. Like that, more than 210 rishis wrote all these Veda mantras, particularly born in Vishwamitra Kula. They wrote the Veda mantras and independently kept there itself. The rishis from Veda Vyasa Kula may not be an individual, maybe a series of individuals, generation after generation. They took all the mantras, hymns or hymns written on Jnana Yoga, absolute knowledge and relative knowledge. They compiled the slokas, the mantras written on knowledge, connected mantras in Rigveda. The mantras which can be used for performing yagas, yajnas, they compiled all those mantras in Yajurveda. The mantras which can be chanted like a great song, samagana, in different type of ragas, shrutis, those mantras are got compiled in Samaveda. The mantras written connected with common people, like agricultural aspect, like health of the body, mental health, different type of diseases and curing mantras for the diseases, different type of plants and medicines, and our day-to-day rituals like entry to the new house, housewarming ceremony, all those small and big mantras compiled in Atharva Veda. So, mantras connected with the knowledge in Rigveda, Jnana Kanda, mantras connected with the Yaga, Yajna, Karma Kanda in Yajurveda, mantras connected with the art and so on, music, songs, came in Samaveda, mantras connected with common people and our day-to-day life came into Atharva Veda. Next point, Panja Mahayajna. What is meant by Panja Mahayajna? Panja Mahayajna every Hindu used to perform in their home in olden days. First, Deva Yajna, morning and evening, performing Deva Puja or Dhyana or chanting the mantras and remembering and reminding about divine power. Deva Yajna. Then we do Pitru Yajna, new moon day or some particular day, we perform Pitru Yajna for our forefathers. So Deva Yajna for the God, Pitru Yajna for our forefathers, then Rishi Yajna for the great rishis of India. So Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Rishi Yajna. Fourth one is Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna connected with all living and non-living being. We worship the earth, we worship the plants, we used to worship the animals, we even used to worship the air, fire, Bhuta Yajna. All the living and non-living being come under Bhuta Yajna. So Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Manusha Yajna. Manusha Yajna means worshipping our gurus, the atidhis, guests, worshipping or serving the poor, Jana Seva, Janardana Seva, Nara Seva, Narayana Seva, Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. So looking a human being as Aham Brahmasmi, Tad Brahma Tvamasi, like that worshipping and serving the poor people, deserving people, Manusha Yajna. So Panja Mahayajna, Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Manusha Yajna. Next point, Panja Shuddhi. What is meant by Panja Shuddhi? First is Sharira Shuddhi. Your body should be clean as far as possible, internally, but definitely externally it should be clean. Sharira Shuddhi. Manas Shuddhi. Our mind should be pure and clean. Manas Shuddhi. Sharira Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, Ahara Shuddhi. It is told that we should not take the blood and flesh. Eating the blood and eating the flesh is equal to eating the dead body. So, Ahara Shuddhi, Sharira Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, Ahara Shuddhi, Vak Shuddhi. The words, whatever we listen, whatever we tell to communicate others, it should be pure, clean and without a hidden agenda, straightforward. No word, no sentence should hurt others mentally or physically. So, Vak Shuddhi. Then Karma Shuddhi, purity of action. Any work, any action, any mission-oriented work that you are undertaking should be clean and neat. Again, without hidden agenda. So, Sharira Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, Ahara Shuddhi, Vak Shuddhi, Karma Shuddhi are Pancha Shuddhi. Next point, Mahavakya. Mahavakya means great messages in 1 or 2 or 3 words. Mahavakyas means great messages in 1 or 2 or 3 words. The first Mahavakya connected with the Rigveda. First Mahavakya connected with the Rigveda, given in Rigvedic Upanishad, Aitareya Upanishad, as Prajnanam Brahma. Only 2 words. Prajnanam Brahma is the first Mahavakya connected with the Rigveda, given in Rigvedic Upanishad. Second Mahavakya is Aham Brahmasmi. Is the Mahavakya connected with Yajurveda. Is given in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad of Yajurveda. Yajurveda Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is giving the Mahavakya Aham Brahmasmi. The third Mahavakya is Tattvamasi Tat Brahma Tvamasi. Tattvamasi Tat Brahma Tvamasi. Both are correct. Tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma means awareness and consciousness is divine. Awareness and consciousness present in all living and non-living being are divine. Since my body has got awareness and consciousness, my body is divine, I am the manifestation and manipulation of divine power. So, Aham Brahmasmi. The awareness and consciousness is present in you. So your body is functioning all the 24 hours into 7 days of a week, into 30 days of a month and 365 days of a year without stopping, day and night. So awareness and consciousness are there in your body. So Tat Brahma Tvamasi. You are also manifestation of the God. I am Atma Brahma. As long as all 1.2 million type of animals, 4 lakhs type of plants and 80,000 types of trees have got awareness and consciousness. That awareness and consciousness present in living being, we call it as Atma. Atma. That Atma, na tatra chakshur gacchadi, na vak gacchadi, no manaha, na vidmo, na vijanimo yadaidat anishishya. You cannot see the Atma through your eyes. Now vak gacchadi, you cannot explain it with your words. No manaha. You cannot mentally evaluate it, assess it or feel it. Na vidmo, nobody knows particularly well what is meant by Atma. Na vijanimo, nobody knows how to teach it to others. Is it okay? So Prajnanam Brahma is the first Mahavakya. Aham Brahmasmi, second Mahavakya from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad of Yajurveda. Tattvamasi is the Mahavakya connected with the Samaveda from Chandogya Upanishad, Tattvamasi. And I am Atma Brahma from Mundaka Upanishad of Atharva Veda, from Atharva Vedic message. Thus 4 Mahavakyas: Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, I am Atma Brahma. Now next comes Ashtangam. What is meant by Ashtanga? Ashta means 8. Anga means organs. Ashtanga Yoga. It's a basic of Patanjali Maharshi's Yoga Shastra. Nearly 200 messages, sutras are there in Patanjali Maharshi's Yoga Sutra, of which most important one, Ashtanga, which is being implemented, practiced, including on yoga days world over. Ashtanga means Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Yama means Shaucham, Sandosham, Stapaha, Swadhyayam, Ishvara Pranidhanam is Niyama. Yama, Ahimsa, Satyamasteyam, Brahmacharyam, Aparigraham. So Yama, Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteyam, Brahmacharyam, Aparigraham. Niyamam, Shaucham, Sandosham, Stapaha, Swadhyayam, Ishvara Pranidhanam. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Yogasana. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Breathing exercise, breathing method. Pratyahara, withdrawing our sensory organs towards ourselves from the external stimuli. Withdrawing ears, eyes, nose, tongue, skin from the contact of the external thing. It's only mental attitude. Just like we are sleeping, all the 5 organs are devoid of contact with the external thing. So pratyahara, dharana, having an excellent idea about what you are going to meditate, dharana, keep a dharana about that one. Dhyana, dhi plus ayana, moving through the intelligence, intellectual or wisdom. That is dhi plus ayana. Dhi means wisdom, ayana means moving forward. That is the 7th one. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Sama means stabilized, dhi means wisdom. All the 8, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These 8 are called Ashtangam. I think it is clear to you. Next point, what I want to say is about temples. Whenever you are going to temple, keep in your mind that not merely for praying, but also for performing the Panja Mahayajna, you are going to the temple. So with this first part of English, I will stop. Pranams to you. Thank you very much.